Hey, you should know that Undertale rightfully belongs to Toby Fox, and so does the characters. Also, this video gets really loud at times, so you should turn down your volume and have a good day. Yeah, that's right. I see you. You may be wondering, why are you uploading again? Well, do I have a video for you today? What if I told you that Sandsy from Sand Under the Table was worse than I got your attention? Oh, that's just perfect. See, a lot of people on the internet happen to really like Sans. So, being me, I have to destroy them all, aka be a massive prick. Fun! So, pretty much, I'm here to tell you that Asgore is a way better character than Sans in every conceivable way. Ready to hear why? Good. First, let's talk. Gameplay! Asgore's boss fight is actually intense and interesting, let alone fun. Meanwhile, Sans is another boring, scripted boss fight that only requires time and patience to beat. Doesn't matter how surprising his fight starts, you will get used to it and learn it sooner or later. Meanwhile, with Asgore, his attacks are randomized and scale in difficulty depending on how many turns have passed. This means that you are never expecting Asgore's next attack, keeping you fully on edge for the entire fight. Don't even get me started on how Asgore's boss fight starts. I mean, yeah, Sans dodges your attack, and that's cool and all, but Asgore smashes your mercy button. You know, one of the core gameplay mechanics. Asgore solidifies himself as an absolute savage in the first 10 seconds of your fight. What's that you said? Come on, say it a little louder. Megalovania? Get that gay shit out of here. Megalovania is a baby soundtrack when compared to Berggren Truck and Word and Asgore's theme. I mean, the sheer build-up to Asgore's fight alone would be enough, but the fact he also gets a badass theme to accompany him just makes it amazing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear Asgore's theme being listened to by itself. But Megalovania, outside of the Sans fight, is absolute the feeling of adrenaline you're supposed to get while listening to Megalovania just isn't there if you aren't fighting Sans. But Asgore's theme sparks the exact same emotions whether or not you're fighting Asgore. I argue that the emotions are more potent if you are fighting him, but it's still able to ignite them, which is what matters. So, already, Asgore has a better boss fight and a better theme. But you know what? Let's get into something really, really interesting. Something that you might actually get pissed off for if you like Sans. Let's talk about their character. Asgore is more interesting as a character than Sans. That's just a solid fact. He's a relatable character who you can actually understand. Yeah, Sans remembers resets, but like almost all of the cast point out resets at times. Even if they don't downright say it, it is implied that everyone has fragments of memories from resets. So, it really means nothing in the grand scale, and definitely doesn't when you consider Flowey is a super interesting character for almost every reason except the fact he remembers resets. Plus, who actually likes the mysterious backstory characters? It's so boring not getting to understand a character when you should be. Sans and Asgore are both core cast members with dedicated themes and boss fights, yet you learn practically nothing about Sans. That's not cool or interesting, that's disappointing. Notice how I've cut down on my jokes in this section because I firmly believe that this character type is bad and lazy. Asgore has an interesting past that we get to learn throughout the game. He has clear inner conflict and logically makes sense. He was first banished into the underground, sealed behind a barrier. Then he lost both of his children in one night, and then his wife. The dude's lost it all, and despite this, he decided to keep pushing for his people. He kept them happy over himself, which just shows how selfless he was. Not to mention how depressed he must be. He didn't want to kill any of the 6 other humans, but it was his duty, and he carries the burden of his actions at all times. This plays back into a pretty big thing about Sans too, If he does remember resets, then he carries the burden of standing by while everyone he loves dies. Well, guess what? Asgore did it first, long before Sans ever would. So, why did I make this post? Well, I made this post to point out a gem in Undertale, one who is often overlooked in my eyes and underappreciated. Asgore isn't just a good character in Undertale, I argue he's the best character out of the entire cast. Yeah, that's right, I just said that. The despised Goat Papa is the best character in the game. But it's just an opinion. One I don't think many people share with me since there are a ton of characters. All I ask is that if you get pissed off by this video, try to be constructive with what you comment below and don't just call me a fucking bitch. Even though I am one. I wasn't here to start a war. And also, if you like this post or this video or whatever it's called, you should share it with your friends or leave a like, comment, something, whatever. I'm happy enough if you just sat through this damn thing. But yeah, if you have anything you want to add on to the discussion, whether you agree or disagree, then feel free to contact me on social media. I'll leave links below and where I actually talk about this stuff. And I'm gonna go now, so I can not die. Fun.